Hey yo, hey y'all, how's everybody doing? I just got up, couldn't sleep anymore. I was I fell asleep watching a movie called Hyena Road or something like that. It was about the war in Afghanistan. I'm sleeping, everything's going off, and you fall asleep. All of a sudden, my mind drifts to this movie, and I'm in the movie, while I'm sleeping, and everything that was happening it felt like it was happening to me. I don't know if you ever had that experience. You also become part of the movie. I slept for it, and now the movie's a pretty long movie. When I woke up, I saw a part there where U.S. troops were surrounded, and they had to call a strike on themselves. They got hit, and the what kills a soldier is the redundancy of going. You're not pushing forward, which is the way the Marines were designed to keep to keep moving. But once you bunker in, it's not like the army where you have the supply, you have the logistics to hold ground. It's not like the Marines. The Marines it's a striking force. You strike, you go through. Either you evac and allow the army to come in. You know, you're taking territory, but you're not there to hold it. You're not there to have to bunker down. I forgot the word I want to use. It ends up being like a quagmire. You're going over. A lot of non-veterans told me I missed non by 1 year. I was, yeah, just before the evac. You're going over the same territory over and over and over. That's basically when you're is a political oriented bull crap. You hit the place, you overtook it, then you leave it, and you don't give it over to the next force, and then you go back and you repeat. That's when guys really get killed, morale goes down. Uh, you're overwhelmed. You become overwhelmed because you're like, we just took this place. Why are we taking it again? You know, and that's when it starts messing your psyche. You know, and you start questioning things like, are they just trying to kill us? Was the thought I had when I was in. Was like, why I'm doing this over again? It's like a dream. We took it, you know. I patched up so many people, evac so many people, did triage so many people. Now I gotta go through the same experience, and that's what starts like. Are these people know what they're doing? Once you start once you start I'm trying to talk without letting my emotions grab a hold of me. Emotions that have been buried in anger, you know. Guys that should be living a long life like me, they're not around no more because somebody made a stupid decision. Is not on the ground to assess what's going on, and so they're not around. So it's very difficult for me at times to talk about the stupidness of people that supposedly have experts in their field and they just don't have common sense. You ever met somebody like that? They are college educated, they study books, they pass tests, and they just don't have common sense. They're called to be analysts for the CIA. They never been in the country. They don't know the dynamics of it. They don't know how to speak it. Yet they're the ones that are calling the shot, and you're the one that's the pawn on the table. So going back to the movie now, I don't know why I went there, but because there's an issue with me, you know? Sometimes you gotta talk about it. So I found myself in there, and let me tell you, that movie is so real. Hyena Road. It's so real. The way they did it was like this is how it was. I don't know if you ever saw a picture. Like I saw a Victory Out at Sea. It's old documentary pictures of World War II. The life on board the aircraft carriers. Now it's a documentary, so it's the footage is real, and it's just like that. This is how it looks being out at sea, being in the typhoon. You know, everything's got to be locked down, and the experiences that you feel out at sea, the camaraderie. I think that's what I miss. Camaraderie, even guys that were busting your balls and you didn't even get along, but you were all in the same boat, so you had to function. Well, pipe smoking is a lot like there's a camaraderie, and after a while, when an individual's not around, I don't know about you, but I think about people that put an impact on me. I get attached to certain people, and one of them happened to be Dan Lopez. Finally, Dan Lopez responded because I was checking up on him. And he's okay. He just, like many of us, just dropped back and talked about people giving up for these pipe shows. You know, when you cancel it, you know, life goes on. People have to do other things, and now people are doing different things. It's summertime. People are taking advantages. Labor Day. You know, people have other things to do, especially if you have family, friends, and you know, you got to do different things. So, but it was so great that he responded because I know he's okay. He said he was okay. I believe him, and I just hope he puts more videos out. You know, like I told him, I really like your videos. You know, I appreciate these Christmas videos. Like, I don't know how you see me. You know what I am, what value I am into you. I'm not trying to entertain you. I'm just trying to be me. And if we connect, you know, some way, maybe I say some things from my experience that connect with you. That's great. Maybe it's the level of pipes. Maybe it's just the way I am. And so some of us are gonna connect. And then some of us are not going to connect. I connect with a lot of you guys because when I was a kid, I had friends that had your personalities. Yeah, like I connect with basically all of you. I have friends that were like y'all. Like Tono, like St. David, all different. And so I go, wow, you reminding me of somebody long ago that I have forgotten. But the subconscious impact of that individual in your life, if it has any meaning, for me it has a lot of meaning. Once I'm connected to somebody, I'm a loyalist. I become loyal. I become concerned. That's just my makeup. Other people can walk on and keep going and don't look back. I'm not one of those. I can't abandon my friends. Not even if we don't agree. We could disagree in politics, you know, but you're still my friend. You know, you're still my friend. I know how to differentiate. I'm not going to defriend you, for a better word. because you don't have my viewpoint. Okay, you believe like that. Like as long as like I usually do well with people that believe in freedom, believe in God, believe in we have certain unalienable rights. And if you believe that, you believe to each his own. If I see that you got common sense and you're reasonable person, you know you can communicate respectfully, you're respectful, you keep your dignity about you and what you do and how you approach other people. Because for me, to live in a society, you have to have respect. You have to have believe in the law to a certain extent. You know, yeah, you do you, I do me, but we have that commonality of respect. Like, I would never do something like to get our line and tear down somebody's character or personality that I don't really know. You know, like I see a lot, it's done to a lot of sports figures. They tear them down and they say this about them. I would never venture to do something like that. In the 1800s, if you slander somebody, you might have gotten killed. You know, you had to tread softly, depending on where you live. Like for me, I'm gonna call this random thoughts. For me, you know, I would have done well in the West. They call the Wild West. You know, you walk into a saloon, you see somebody, you're quick at assessing the situation and your comportment. You know, you were not threatening to anybody, but they knew they mess with you. You know you're gonna come out the woodwork. Then they would have done well dealing with people's characters, being respectful at the same time. You keep your dignity. I see that like that. That's why the little bit of videos I watch of him, and so when they're not around, I miss people like that. Had a good friend, Joe. God rest his soul. He left too early. This is a man. He was a brother in the faith. We cherish our times. We used to have Bible studies together, and Bible studies, and he was my Bible study partner. We really enjoyed talking about Christ, and we weren't the type to go and shove the Bible down anybody's throat. He was sharing his experience, I was sharing my experience, and that was all right. It was like a fellowship, you know. We didn't agree eye to eye. You know, I smoked, I drank a little wine. He didn't. He was more puritanical, but that never got in the way of our friendship. You know. And when he moved to Texas, and he got remarried, and he always called 3 o'clock in the morning. Around that time, about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, Texas time. Being that it ended up being 4 hours ahead, 3 hours ahead, so he called me early in the morning, and we spent an hour talking. He told me about Texas. He wanted me to move to Texas. I said, with the laws? I said, no way. As dark as I am, I listen. I said I'm doing fine. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm not gonna go to your neck of your woods. I'll come visit you. But to live among certain types of people, I can't do that. I like country folks. Got common sense. City dwellers now, not so much, right? I like country people, simple people. Keep it simple. Got some common sense. The lavish lifestyle, I experienced that when I was very, very young. I don't like it. I don't like what money can do to certain people, and all the bravado and all the embellishment. And why can't you have one car? Why do you gotta have 20 cars? Can you drive them all at the same time? No. So when I have people and new people, I don't call them friends, go to their house, they want to show me their artwork, and then they brag about how much it cost them. This cost me $10,000. He's telling me they're telling me the price. Now, if they're gonna talk about the painting, I'm willing to listen. But once they start with, this is how much it cost me, I'm like, well, he knows I could never afford something like that. Why doesn't he just talk about how beautiful the picture is and not about the money issue? But he did. So I would come back and go, interesting. I'm gonna say the name or give him Reuben. How many people have seen this painting? And he started thinking, my wife, about 5, 6 other of my friends, that's it. I said, that's it? You've had that for how long? And it's sitting on your wall and it costs you $10,000? How often do you look at it a day? I don't. Yet, you invested your money on that picture. Your $10,000 is sitting on the wall. Nobody enjoys it. Why would you invest in something that nobody enjoys? I said, I could always sell it and make an investment. I said, so what you have there is not, you're not appreciated of the art. You bought that art out of investing. When are you planning on selling it? I haven't thought about it. What's that? The album collection you got about 3,000 albums, LPs. How often do you hear music? I don't. Yet you have 3,000 albums. I mean, you don't take out time to sit there and listen to the music that you bought because you enjoy it. Yeah, I think I'm getting your point. I said, how many shoes do you have? I said, I got over 100 shoes. How many do you wear? My 2 favorite ones, I wear my Converse sneakers and these from business, and I'm basically on sandals. Yeah, you got about $7,000 worth of shoes sitting in your closet. Dude, what are you trying to say? I said, man, if you live a simple life and you the true value of things, you won't be overspending. What good is it if I had a Dunhill that cost $600? Yeah, nobody knows a Dunhill unless you took your own horn. Oh, I gotta be a Dunhill. And how often do you smoke it? Oh, once a week. So you spend $600 on a pipe. Well, I got this here. I smoke this every day. Cost me $5. Who's putting what to use more? You? You got 600. You know how many of these I could buy for 600 and still get the same pleasure in smoking? It's just the way people look at things. That's all. I'm not downing him. I'm just, for myself, I believe that old model, keep it simple, stupid. Why are you out to follow the Joneses? You you going after something. He got a Lotus, so you gotta go get a high chaparral? Are you why are you competing? Well, he got 700 acres and I only got 20 acres. I want 100 acres. So your motivation is not that you need, is that you covetousness. You want what the other guy has. And for me, that's not cool. That small rivalry. I put this video up. I didn't know who's gonna subscribe. I put it up and I put it on Facebook. I was just sharing. I thank all y'all. I got like 260 subscribers. It never dawned on me that I would have attracted 100 people. I'm happy about it, but that's not my main focus. Main focus is subscribe. You know, like you see some other people. Can you please subscribe? Can you please subscribe? I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. I want to get to that. To me, is not an issue. The issue is whoever does watch, that we could connect. What do you have on 3,000 subscribers? None of them are gonna watch your channel. You might get 50, and then you're lucky to get 5 or 6 people that are gonna post. That's how I look at it. So I rather me personally, I rather have not a lot of subscribers, but have more people come in and drop by and say hi, Miguel, thank you, you know, and it's okay. You know, I don't look at that as some kind of ego tripping, or I take pride in that. My whole solace is here, the pipe, tobacco. If you like that, and I like the pipe, and you have a nice pipe, and I say, oh, that's just really nice, you know, and you're telling me it smokes really good. This I'm smoking a raw seed. I really like this pipe. I don't specifically think you're gonna go out and buy it, but I tell you that it's good. It's a good product. It's a good company. I'm not making nothing for saying it, but I appreciate it. You know, just like I appreciate all of you guys that post and stop on by. I appreciate it. It makes me feel good that I touched on something and it brought about comment. You know, and in certain issues, we can agree on certain issues. We're not in agreement on. You might not like aromatics. I might not like English blends, but it's not about the blends. It's not about. It's about the smoking. It's about communicating. It's the brotherhood, the fellowship of the briar. What say the piper man? Piper the sailor man? Shout out once again to Daniel Lopez. I'm glad you're fine. I'm glad you responded, Dan. Hope that you can make a couple of videos. A couple of people that haven't heard. The Irish kid goes around and he takes pictures of Ireland and where he lives. I haven't heard anything from him. So I'm wondering, is he okay? You know? Once in a while, Bremerton, Piper, I love that cat. He's with his missions. He's consistent with that. He knows a lot about missions, and he shows you historical things in Europe. I don't live there, so I appreciate he gets in his car and he drives around. He's showing me parts that I never seen before, things I never saw. I said, well, you know, He could be like a Bourdain of history. And he loves pipes, and he'll put on a pipe maker or somebody that I've never heard before. It's very nice man. And you got Preacher Pipe, you got Quiet Pipe. There's a father and son that they do pipe reviews. And then there's a group that come together and do pipe reviews. There's a father and son that irritate the crap out of me. And all they smoke is the corncob pipe. They irritate the hell out of me, but I like watching them because of the interaction between the father and son. They irritate me, but I still watch them because they're pipers. They're part of the fellowship, you know. And I'm at that part of my life where I'm happy-go-lucky, man. I am so glad I'm alive. So glad that I'm free. That I got my liberties. That I can smoke my tobacco, my pipe, and watch others enjoy smoking pipes too. If I wouldn't be smoking pipe, I don't think I would have ever met you guys. So just say to the piper, sailor man, smooth sailing, gentlemen, and enjoy the heck of your pipe.